I'm just outside the Dovetail office, as you can see, and Train Simwell 5 has just been announced. Let's go into a bit more detail. Cue the intro. Welcome passengers, MegaSim here, and we have had Dovetail live. We know all the details that are coming up in the next month. Let's drill down into some of them today in this video and have a little bit of a chat about the Dovetail HQ visit, what went on there, what didn't go on there, and just kind of go through that. So as you know, from the Dovetail Live, Train Simwell 5 is coming soon, next month. And there's going to be a few different versions, a few different editions that you can go for. So we're going to be going through a couple of them, trying to explain some of them, what they'll entail, what you can get out of Train Simwell 5, plus a couple of other things along the way, a couple of bonus clips of different things. But yeah, so let's get started. Train Simwell 5 coming. And you have got a German route, you've got an American route, and you've got a British route. So we're going to start with the American route, which was San Bernardino Line. Now, we're both thinking, wait a minute, Dovetail announced that a few months ago. Why is San Bernardino Line a release for Train Simwell 5 when we already knew it wasn't like top secret? Well, do you remember Long Island Railroad? Do you remember that one? Now, there was a delay in that due to different things. If you know those things, great. If you don't, I'm not going to say, but because I can't remember the exacts of what has been revealed from there. But anyway, so Long Island Railroad was delayed, which meant that they needed something to give to fans of an American route that people will get excited about. And unfortunately, San Bernardino Line was that route. So that's why it's out on Train Simwell 5. But as we know, this is Los Angeles to San Bernardino. That's why it's called the San Bernardino Line. It's going to be 57 miles long, 16 train stations. We've got the MP36. We've got the Metrolink F125. We've got Rotem cars and cab car and Bombardier cars in 2 livery variants. Now, I've not seen the Dovetail live because this is, what is it? This is Monday the 19th of August. But when we visited Dovetail, we got to see some screenshots. So those 2 liveries, as you probably know, there are 2 liveries for the Bombardier cars. And it's very easy to explain. New, old, there we go. A nice mix. So I think that's a really good thing to do. To have that mix, to make it more lifelike, more realistic. There are a few stations in there, 16 stations. There is a unique highway experience. So what will happen is you come up in the middle of a highway, like you're driving on the highway on the train. So that was pretty decent to have a go on when we were doing the beta testing and at Dovetail as well. Also, as we said, you know, you've got 2 locos. You've got the MP36 and you've got the F125. So that's something that we've kind of already had with the San Francisco one, Caltrain, and also, you know, last year's Antelope. But I do think that it's nice to have those locos and those trains and kind of having that more of a variety on the coaches. That's kind of what I'm thinking with that one. Now, there is a mixture of coaches. I am going to say right now, the first question somebody's going to ask is, are those coaches going to be mixable in Antelope Valley? No, not yet. I think it might be on the plan, but as of launch, there is no mixture. That is only for the San Bernardino line. Antelope may come soon, but that is not on the route map, you know, on the map at the moment for that to happen on launch. So that's what we've got for America. Next, we're going to be looking at, and let's flick over, the Kinzigtalbahn. I've totally butchered that, but it's Frankfurt to Fulda. So we have 24 stations, 64 miles long, and it starts at Frankfurt as well. We've got quite a few different trains and locos in this pack. The ICE T. T does not stand for tilting, but it does tilt. The 193 Vectron, the 423, the 146.2, the 114. We've got the trusty Dostos on there as well, and a load of different freight wagons. So as I said, 24 stations. Frankfurt is the busiest German main station. Now, having a look at some of the details of Frankfurt, that is an immense station. The amount of signals that go on there. So what Dovetail have done is they've had a real rework of how they're able to do the signaling to really bring it in, because I think if we had another Munich where it kind of really was intense with Trains in the World, they've kind of found ways to keep the signals and get it all working, but a different way of it working through, so it's a lot less intense on the machine. We don't want our Xbox Series X's blowing up smoke, do we? And also, you know, we got totally different trains, stations, different platforms. So yeah, that's a really good one. Now, I didn't have a proper go on the Frankfurt Fulda at the time, because the build that I was using is a work in progress. It's not complete. Whereas, you know, the San Bernardino, it's been going on for a while. It's pretty much there. But yeah, so that's what we have with that. Now, as you know, as part of the Deluxe, you are able to buy a Loco DLC, and that's the Vectron, but the Flix Train Vectron. So we have intercity services from Frankfurt to Fulda. We've got new Talbot coaches. Yes, they look similar to the ICE coaches. Yeah, the ones that we got with the 101. But they're in the green livery, and actually, it was going to be like a copy paste, but they've had to work from the ground up. So they've spent a lot of time and effort in giving us some really good coaches with that as well. And also Flixtrain being a new operator for DTG. Next time we're going to get Flixbus. No, I'm joking. But yeah, that's a really nice one to have. I can't remember what layers it's in, but we will find out soon enough, unless it was mentioned on the Dovetail live. Finally, we have the British route, and that is West Coast Mainline, London Euston to Milton Keynes. Yes. So that's 50 miles long. We have 28 stations. And as you probably know, we have got the Class 350. That's the /1 series. That's London North Western Railway. We have the Southern BR Class 377. That's the /2, which has the pantograph and the third rail. So we are able to use that on other routes. I don't know if it's been laid in on other routes, but there's the pantograph, and both pantograph and so DC and AC are working on that train. We've got the BR Class 66 DB, of course, and we've got the Underground. We've got the London Underground 1972 stock from Queen's Park right the way to Harrow and Wealdstone. Sorry about the wind. Currently on holiday, so this is where I am. Excuse me. Right, so we've got the Bakerloo line that's on there as well. But what else runs on the Bakerloo line? Class 710. So stuff's happening with that, with potential layers. So that'll be really nice to see. So we've got Watford Junction, we've got Harrow and Wealdstone, we've got all of those stations, we've got London Euston, we have got Milton Keynes, we have got Wembley Central, we have got all those stations in between. And I've spent quite a bit of time on that route whilst it's been working along. And yeah, I am enjoying the route. Now, there's a lot of stuff still, you know, work in progress with this one at the moment, which is slowly getting through. But yeah, I do enjoy going on the 350. That is a nice route to go on. Hi! Anyway, so we do have the deluxe, don't we? So we have the Loco DLC, or should I say Train DLC, the Class 390 Pendolino. Yes, Avanti West Coast Class 390 Pendolino is coming to Train Sim World 5, both the 9 and the 11 car variants. So we have both sets on there, and it tilts. And this has been out for 20 plus years. I remember going on a Pendolino for the first time, and a Voyager, Super Voyager. I remember going on a Pendolino Virgin Trains. That was pretty epic. And spoiler, tomorrow I'm on the Avanti West Coast Pendolino on a video tomorrow, so you can have a look at that, where we'll be talking a little bit about West Coast Mainline as I travel from Liverpool Lime Street to Liverpool Street Station. So yeah, really nice train. Didn't get a full go on the Pendolino due to beta testing, but that's being ramped up now from from 4 o'clock. We'll get some beta testing done and we'll get going on that. So yeah, that is what we've got for Train Sim World 5. Features, different things. Oh, there's so many to go through, but at this moment in time, I just want to be a little bit careful because I've got the press release, I've got the details, but as an ambassador, but also as a beta tester, we are told lots of different things of things that are coming, things that are a little bit hush-hush at the moment. So I will admit I don't really want to drop myself in it at this moment in time. I'm on holiday. Mrs. MegaSim has gone, yep, you can do this quick video, so that's what I'm doing. But we will be doing videos coming up to Train Sim World 5. So you will see more of these videos kind of detailing a little bit more about new features coming to Train Sim World, new parts about the locos, the trains, the different modes that you've got as well. So not just driving. So yeah, some really good stuff to come. Now, as part of the Dovetail HQ visit that we had last week, there were a number of ambassadors there. There are a number of forum moderators or forum owners. So, you know, you've got TSC, you've got TSW community, you've got all different sides of things as well with that. So what I would like to do is at the end of the visit, I wanted to interview a couple of them just to kind of see what they think about Train Sim World and what they want to look at. Now, as I said, with the Train Sim World visit, no, the Dovetail visit, because of the lockdown that happened, we weren't able to take any images or any videos apart from this one, and maybe that one. I don't know if there is two. I think there's just only one. Anyway, so let's have a little interview with these guys that we've got and see what they think.
Well, for me, in Train Sim World 5, the Pendolino is here, West Coast Mainline South. I have been asking for the West Coast Mainline for so long on the forums. It's finally here, so I'm pretty excited. So I can't wait to get into it.
So yeah, favorite route, West Coast Mainline. Yeah, Pendolino. Really looking forward to that. Might be a short route, but you got to think about the gameplay. There's going to be 710, the whole of the Watford DC line, London Underground stock. Yeah, I'm more interested in the commuter stuff. That's like my favorite route.
So let's talk conductor mode. So now you've got the option to drive a train and be a guard on a train. You can switch between the two. You can start off driving and then you can become a conductor, or you can switch it around.
My favourite route would be the West Coast Main Line, the 350, the Pendolino, the absolutely fantastic 66. And then you got the Fulda to Frankfurt route, and also the, for me, would be photo mode, conductor mode. And yeah, there's some really decent surprises coming in for it.
I'll say the route I'm most surprised about is the Fulda to Frankfurt route, so adding Frankfurt into it. And I've been told it's also similar to Riesa Dresden, so rush hour, which obviously was probably the peak of Train Sim World, and 120 kilometers with Flix train. Can't beat that.
The thing I definitely like most is the conductor mode as well. I think it brings a new way to play Train Sim World, really, that has been missing a lot. Train Sim World really needed to exploit that ability to walk around the trains and use the interiors of the trains, especially. About the routes themselves, they're all pretty good, honestly. They all have a lot of interesting trains, 213 trains even. All of the quality of life improvements, really needed, really helpful. But the most helpful thing by far is the fact that it's going to be free for a month, and I really hope that players are going to be encouraged to get into it, because it's been needed for a long time.
But no, thank you so much for those little interviews there. So yeah, some good stuff coming to Train Sim World 5. Another thing that was mentioned in the Dovetail Live was VR. Train Sim World VR is coming. We don't know a launch date yet, or not that I'm aware of. Let me just bring up my details here. So let's have a look at that one and bring that up. Just so I can get this right, because again, we have had some extra information and we did get to have a go. See picture up now. Now that was actually authorized by Dovetail. I did say, am I able to take a photo with the VR headset on? Because I won't be showing VR, but I've got it on and, you know, taking a few shots with that. But yeah, that was okay because I was outside the office and, you know, things like that. But as it is, Train Sim World VR New York, Dovetail's branching out onto a new platform with New York's Harlem Line, getting the virtual reality treatment in a standalone title exclusive to the Meta Quest players. Intuitive controls, brand new game mechanics, stylish New York apartment space to explore, and a new and totally different dimension to the Train Sim World series. And wishlisting is available now. Now, Dovetail are going to Gamescom, and we played the demo version that we got on that. So not everything was fully working because it's still a work in progress, but we went on the Gamescom edition of this Train Sim World VR, and it was weird because I kind of have tried little bits of VR, but yeah, I really liked it where, you know, I put it on and I had my glasses, so my glasses just about fit, but you can get lenses. And it's on the Quest 2 and Quest 3. Quest 3 is probably better because of the 4K and you're future-proofing yourself. But anyway, so you put that on and you've got the controllers and, you know, you're trying to do the handles and the speed and the brake and walking around the actual train itself and in the front room and, you know, kind of leaning out of the window. So it was a very immersive product, you know, very immersive game that's on there. With virtual reality there. I do feel it's very gamey instead of, like, it has simulation like Train Sim World, you know, Train Sim World 5, but I do think it's kind of gone to a bit of a gamey sort of situation on this particular one, but it's a start. It's a start. It's a very small thing that they've done. It's not the full-on route. They've done a very small section of it that you kind of have different things, but it's a start of having VR. Now, you guys are all going to say, well, why didn't they bring out the PC version? Why didn't they bring out the PS5 version? Oh, yeah, I got that. I need that. When you actually look at VR, the highest percentage of users of VR or people with VR headsets are the MetaQuests. PS5 is not even a tenth of that, or not even half of that. It's a very, very small percentage, and PC is so small. So Dovetail have kind of gone to the board and they've kind of gone, we want VR, and you know what it's like. No. Is there any money in it? Is it worth it? And I think this is a start. It's a stepping stone to get onto VR. If it's a success, well, you never know what could happen. But at this moment in time, this is all that is out at the moment or coming out. So there is no like hidden thing in there. The only hidden agenda is if it's good, then they can go back to the business and go, come on, let's do more. But have a go on the Harlem Line. You can wish list it. I don't know what the price is. They were kind of umming and ahhing around pricing at the moment, but I do think the price that they've said kind of around that is a good price for a game of that kind of situation. But yeah, putting it on is very simple. You know, you're not going to have all these buttons and joysticks, you know, all this stuff everywhere. It is simple. You know, you've got a few things to work with. And as I said, the demo I was on was not the full version of the demo. So there were things that they were working on and adding, you know, I don't know, opening doors, you know, stuff like that. But I do think it's a good start to VR with that. Now, there were other things mentioned in the Dovetail Live, which things like Train Sim World Tycoon. Don't worry. This is where I was worrying. Train Sim World Tycoon, Train Sim World VR feel very gamey, arcadey. I'm going to say it between me and you, that's not what Dovetail are kind of resulting to. They're going for a different avenue to kind of bring more players in, but don't think that Train Sim Classic and Train Sim World are kind of, they're gone, because we still want that simulation. We still want that realistic simulation, but there needs to be some leeway to kind of go out and venture on it, something that's easy and simple to use, and then bring it back in. You know, even just a simple thing of like testing on Train Sim World. You know, there were so many people that did it, like never used Train Sim World before. Me and you, we know what we're doing, except for Sifa and, you know, all that. Maybe not Sifa, but you know what I mean. But if you get someone that has never used a train game before, and you just sit them down on there and go, drive that train in training center, they don't know what to do. So having something that's simple to kind of ramp up and bring people in, I think that's a good idea. But that's all I'm saying about it at this moment in time. Just a reminder on terms of versions of Train Sim World. So we'll go through a little bit of that and then we'll end it there. There is a free version of Train Sim World 5, the starter pack. It is available for 30 days from the 17th of September, 17th of September, 17th of October. If you have Train Sim World previous version, you can get the training center upgrade, which then gives you all the Train Sim World 5 bump ups. So if you have any versions of Southeastern High Speed or stuff like that, you will, or Cathcart Circle, you'll get the latest versions if you get Train Sim World 5. Now, if you have Train Sim World 4, you'll be fine. Train Sim World 3 on PlayStation, a bit iffy, I will say. You do need to kind of do a little bit on there. But just remember, when you do buy or get any of these, don't buy again. If there is a route that is coming up that you have purchased and it's saying you have to buy it again, stop. Do not do that. Wait. Just wait. An hour, 2 hours, whatever it is. And if it's not going to do it, go to support. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. Then the standard edition. You've got those 3 routes. You could go for the regional editions, which is the German, English, and American. So that's slightly cheaper with that as well. Or you've got the deluxe, which gives you those 2 extra locos. Or the, what's it called? Is it the super pack? Oh, I've forgotten what it's called now. Oh, typical. Key Arts, pricing bundle. There it is. Let's have a look. Yes, special edition. So the special edition has gone up this year. But remember, the special edition is not for me and you because we've already got loads of them. And we've got most of these routes. It is for people that want to bump start, or they've got some routes that they want to get that works out cheaper in by buying this special edition. So you get the San Bernardino, the West Coast, the Frankfurt Training Centre, the Avanti West Coast, Pendolino, the Flixtrain Vectron, but you also get Cajon Pass, Kassel Würzburg, Bakerloo Line, New York Trenton, the London Overground Suffragette Line, and the Bahnstrecke Bremen Oldenburg. The reason why some of those routes are in there is because of the layers. It's kind of working together to create the best possible game for you if you've just started with these new routes. But as I said, they are $104.99 for the special edition, but only get that if you need to. Don't just buy it when you've already got those routes, okay? Don't just buy it. If you're going to get anything, get something like the deluxe edition, but even then you've got Cajon Pass as an addition there, but that's only one more, so I don't think that's too bad. And then you've got the standard edition, but remember, though, Pendolino and the Flixtrain is not part of that. I don't know how long I've been rambling on, but I think I'm going to leave it there. Train Sim World 5 is coming next month, the 19th today, 17th of September. It's under a month away. There's going to be videos coming out from Dovetail. There's going to be videos coming out from myself. I know MegaSim has been very quiet lately. I've been working so hard on other things, job things, you know, to pay the bills. So my time has been spent on that or with family instead of gaming. But as you know, Train Real World is my other channel. So as I go up and down the country, that is what I put all my videos into. So if you want to continue watching that, watch that. One more thing before I go. My son and I and my family were at Sutton in Ashfield at the weekend. And somebody came over to my son and went, "Is that MegaSim?" And my son went, "Yeah." So I just wanted to say, hi. Maybe next time, just say hello. But anyway, have a good evening, everyone. Enjoy the next few weeks. And as I said, West Coast Mainline Pendolino video out tomorrow. Check that out. I will see you on another video. This is MegaSim out of here. See you soon, guys. Bye.